And so we have an elongated best of 3 here.
Zareth and Vayne getting banned out. That's not surprising. I mean, Double Lift, everybody knows he loves Vayne, and she actually got buffs in the last patch. Some really nice mana buffs. Her tumble was reduced by 10 mana, and she also gains more mana per level. So for someone like Double Lift who uses tumble all the time to dodge skill shots in lane, that actually helps out a lot.
And this is interesting because Double Lift plays Urgot next between the champions that have been banned out. They banned out Kog'Maw as well, so we'll see if that comes into play. Voyboy going on to the Elise, and we've seen him use it before.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
Even
if you're not an arachnophobia, like, it's definitely very scary. He's able to dodge so many 2v1 tower dives, and since those have been really commonplace in all the last games, good pickup.
We'll have to see what CLG does. They do choose to go for Caitlyn. Cop still has that role of Misfortune, Ezreal, whatever he really wants to play. He likes a lot of champions, I believe. Actually bringing out Twitch as well. The Jarvan comes out for Saint. We're going to have to see what they choose for that jungler. Like we said, Hotshot's going to have to pick something.
Yeah, Jarvan, it wouldn't be surprising if they lock that in because he didn't get really hit very hard.
Right.
Like a lot of the other very popular bruiser jungles did in the last patch. What I'm really looking forward to is the next 2 picks from CLG, though, because that will determine what kind of cheese they have. Right now, it looks like a very poke-heavy cheese. This could be a mid-Lula or something, though. They can put that pretty much anywhere, so we'll have to see. The next 2 ones will definitely tell.
If they got the Nidalee in there, that would be great. We do have Hotshot going in the jungle, but we might still be able to throw that out. So good safety, sustained from the support. We saw Sona last game as well. We'll have to see what, like you said, Counterlogic now to hover over their next 2 picks. They have what you said, the poke comp coming in.
I think it might be a Nautilus, because Hotshot, I don't know, Hotshot definitely, he always liked the really slow, tanky junglers, and it's going to be something with heavy CC, so either Cho'Gath, Nautilus, along those lines here. And he said it was going to be either all or nothing, his champion, so it's either going to be really good. Oh, that would definitely fit into that category, though. All or nothing right here.
All or nothing. So if they get that, it kind of negates having a push comp, right? Because you want to get up there, you want to be able to set down the turrets so they can push for you. And it looks like they may switch that out. Yeah, it's going on to Gragas and Shen as well. So champions we have seen these teams play before.
Yeah, so GG actually got a lot of flack when he was back on the team for not roaming enough. Gragas is an amazing roam champion from middle. He can shove a lane really easily with those AoE from his barrels, and then his body slam is great at covering distance. So,
all right, so it looks like he may have changed up his play style for that. Like we said, new things are going to have to come out from CLG on this. So I didn't say new things have to come out, but you said new things may come out because of talking to them before. So I worded a little incorrectly.
People just like getting me excited, I guess. It might not be.
You're getting all your hopes up.
They do have the Shen, though, so and that's always really nice in those split push comps because you can have him on the other side of the map, come in when you do get that hard engage finally, and be able to turn the entire fight around.
Nyjackie likes himself some Rise as well as Cop, liking that Misfortune. 2 of their top picks for these guys.
Loves Misfortune so much.
A little bit too much.
He just will not get away from it.
A little bit too much.
And elements on the Sona, that's really the go-to support that they all want him to pick. It's not necessarily his first pick, but the rest of the team loves him on it.
He does like to play in those situations where he can kind of do whatever he wants and build whatever he wants.
Some fiddlesticks, Garen or something.
Going for all the bruisers. So we see the switch up, and Link actually goes for a Rumble pick in that top lane. He's going to be against that Voyboy unless there is the swap for the lanes. They have the poke to do it.
Rumble is great because he has so much slow. Like, you can use the ultimate to slow an entire area and really zone part of the team fight, and then he can also get a Rylai's, and it stacks really well with the Atlandres. So good champion right there. Very defensive comp, and you always want that with Caitlyn. You don't want to get caught with Caitlyn. She's a real poking AD carry, whereas Misfortune is the one and done.
All right, guys, we're going to have this match going for you in just a few minutes. It's going to be Curse versus Counterlogic Gaming. We'll be right back after this. All right, guys, welcome back. We do see that the teams are moving. We're already semi into this one, 30 seconds on. Rivington the third and Kobe bringing you your third LCS match of this MLG Winter Championship 2013. Whoa. And who is going to make the impact here in the first play? They do their homework. They set up on the side, and it looks like they try to get in. Not going to work.
Wow, Jackie also was teleporting on that Jarvan flag, but he canceled it. So it's going to be at half the cooldown right now. He won't be punished too much for that, but it is going to be down for the first few minutes here. And I actually like that change from Curse, because the last time they fought CLG did an invade on the blue, late invade, and got an easy first blood on Voyboy that really just snowballed the entire team. So great job by them right there, not getting punished once again with the level 1 fights.
And Curse has definitely switched up their level 1 as well. How many times did we see them placing one ward, if any, towards a minute 40, minute 50, right? And now they're placing all the wards. They're getting the vision they need. They know that that may have hurt them in the beginning part.
And I believe I'm smelling the cheese here. It's GG with the red pot, looking like he might go. I guess, yeah, he might go AD here. Some people, like Scar's been taking.
No, 23 AP on
Scar's been using that red pot just for all-ins. When he does go in a 2 versus 1 lane.
It's crazy. You put on Drunken Rage and you get so much.
They're gonna do the Dignitas strategy, 2 versus 1 in the middle here, and that's gonna send GG bottom with that red pot. So he's going to use that for defensive utility. When he does get ganked, maybe he can turn that around.
So how Rise is going to be able to fare in a 2v1 lane?
He definitely gets punished early. Rise is really vulnerable to being shoved in. It's hard to CS with him, especially before you're level 6 and before you get that blue buff, because he has mana problems. He does not have any AoE before he's 6, and he's not going to benefit from this 2 versus 1 here.
We'll see what they choose to do after this. We see them giving that blue buff up. We saw it happen before. If he can hold that lane, obviously Gragas very good with his Drunken Rage, as we said before, so he's going to be able to kind of just level that Q now and make sure he can clear off of his tower and keep himself safe. You're not getting a super amount of poke from Cop and Elements on Sona and MF, but you're going to get the power chords every so often.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very aggressive 2 versus 1. MF can put out a lot of damage early if GG gets too close.
That range.
And Lulu's amazing at shoving. She's one of the best supports at shoving in a lane because she can glitter lance the entire wave. And then MF can follow that up really easily. So GG with a red pot, Gragas actually benefits. He has some nice AD ratio on his body slam. So that's why, some people have jungled him in the past, and he's a pretty flexible champion. I like the pickup there. He's really good at those 2 versus 1s.
And how about Nijackie going the support column here on Rise in the Masteries for the Biscuit?
Yeah, everybody loves having the extra biscuit and those explore words if you do get that farther. He didn't grab one there, but with the teleport already at half cooldown, since it was just a canceled one, he'll have that back up pretty soon, and so they should be able to turn around the first gank that does come out from Hotshot.
All right, so yeah, 7 and 4 pots in the top lane for Voyboy. He knows he's going to be there for pretty much ever. That many potions and that many mana pots.
Yeah, GG also going all consumables here, so they'll be drinking heavily.
We got Doran's Blades coming out for the AD carries actually as well. Let's see, check
it's always the best choice when you're in one of those 2 versus 1 lanes, because you don't need any extra sustain off there.
Nope, they're just going for the regular lifesteal that comes out of that, running the AD. They didn't run the extra lifesteal that we saw coming out of Career for a while. They're like, lifesteal Quince and a Doran, sustain all day in lane. But the kind of people were just like, you'll get the 6%, you'll be perfectly fine. So you see the AD carries going strong there. And really for the middle lane, like you said, that's going to hurt Nijackie a lot. He's come to lane to kind of chug potions, and he's going to have to do that.
And I have to say, it really is going to depend a lot on the early jungle pressure. And I kind of have to give that edge to St. Vicious because Hotshot has been out of the jungle for a while. Even when he was in the jungle for a time, he was an aggressive jungler. So I don't think he's going to be able to make as big of an impact as Saint. Saint on Jarvan. Jarvan is one of the most mobile gankers. He's got that great knock-up with the flag toss combo. So if Saint can make something happen early, either helping out that 2 versus 1 lane or doing an early tower dive, which is so common now, then they can definitely use that. Actually, in the 2 patches ago, Shen got a slight nerf to his jungle because it actually takes a little bit longer for his passive to charge back up and do that extra damage.
And I want to say that most times, and it hasn't been done a lot, Shen has been played in the jungle, and I think it was by Crumbs. They lost that game. So Shen in the jungle is just something that kind of people don't like because he doesn't get to that formidable state that Shen should be in from a top lane.
Yeah, he's not as popular in the jungle in North America and stuff. He's definitely super popular in Korea, like Cloud Templar. That's one of his favorite jungle champions. But yeah, in North America, not a lot of people have gotten onto that.
Right.
Hotshot definitely fits his play style, though. He'll be passive until 6, maybe. Shen is a great ganker when he has his flash up, though. A flash taunt can cover a lot of distance, and that is a great CC, especially with a lane maybe like Rumble, who actually can put out a huge amount of damage very early.
With that pick as well, the Rumble in the top lane, as we were saying this before, that people run that mid. Like you said, they want to be mobile, but they put GG in the bottom lane now. So it's kind of like you don't get to be mobile. Stay in the bottom lane, play the long lane, and use the blue buff to just come back later, displace everybody in a fight. But like I said, Afromu's on Lulu. There's a speed steroid there. You can get so quickly around the jungle and help out that jungler just Gambit style.
Really, he's just going to have to play defensively, use his barrel to try and clear the waves, hope that his tower doesn't go down first. And Double Lift and Afromu can do a great job of punishing that Ryze early. Like I said, Ryze is very vulnerable before he gets level 6. That wave clearing is sort of hard to CS with him. Oh, here we go. Back to some action. And we can actually see Voidboy already doing some work on Link, keeping him back from the minion wave.
The wards go down. See where Jarvan's coming.
Early invade.
Actually, Afromu's getting hit up here. He's only got about 200 health left, forcing the flash in, but they have 3 there. If everybody would have closed in on this, Afromu's in a real bad spot. There's the flag toss, the extra pop-up, and they wait just a little too long.
Nice job there by Curse. Everyone collapsed. That just makes me happy as a jungler. If someone invades your jungle, you need your lanes to collapse. And you can't let them get away with that. St. Vicious was not going to give up on that little fair. He said, only way you're getting out of my jungle, Afromu, is in a body bag.
That was a great placement there, and he was just really aware that they were going to come up, and I don't think that they knew St. Vicious was in the bush. They took so much damage before really retaliating or flashing out of that, and it just folded from there. 3 minutes and 30 seconds in, 1,000 gold lead right now going to Curse, and they have swapped the lanes to mitigate that 2v1 in mid.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Hotshot was talking about when
Oh
he said,
my gosh.
He does get the slow. There's the flash from Double Lift too, so it was a good gank right there. Or no, his flash was already down. It was a nice net. What I was saying before, that was the all or nothing that Hotshot was kind of talking about there, and turns out they got nothing from it.
Well, they're still keeping that pressure on. Great job by St. Vicious. Again, he has been one of the junglers to have the most hands in First Bloods taken in the LCS, so great job as he keeps that ratio up for himself. A push coming in here onto Link in the top lane as Voidboy. Those Qs just doing a good amount of damage with auto attacks supplied after. And lane push coming in from Cop. So they definitely have the poke sustain here. Lulu's not going to be able to heal up Caitlyn, so this is their lane right now.
I like this matchup now, especially since they got that extra little bit of money from the assist there. But I have to say, with CLG here, it feels like they're overcompensating with that jungle invade. They're like, okay, Hotshot hasn't been in jungle for a long time. We need to make some interesting, crazy play happen, and it kind of backfired.
That was unfortunate. I'm like, I love the support roam mid. They're going to roam and then give up first blood. So yeah, kind of hurt them a little bit. They got a little overzealous with the amount of pressure that they had, and Curse was able to thwart that. Still 1,000 gold, so everybody just completely hitting last hitting at the same time. 5s around, not 6s yet, though. Actually, Big Fat LP finding level 5 in that bottom lane, and he will be the first to hit level 6 if he keeps it up.
Yeah, Jackie did get that first blood, though, so that's going to be huge for him, and he feels really, really confident going up 1 versus 1 with GG now, and they've actually switched it up, so there's not going to be a lot of dragon control. It's going to really come from that middle lane here, so we have to wait for probably another successful gank before we see anyone go for it.
Jackie in a little bit better position. That blue buff just wore off on Big Fat. It looks like he's going to give that lane over to St. Vicious to do what he does best in lane tax or lane paycheck if you're St. Vicious. So we'll see how that works out. Is Jackie probably going to pick up that tier and make his way back to lane.
And you can see right now, Cop and Elements are just chasing Double Lift out of the lane right now.
Oh my gosh.
With your Caitlyn's main strength, like usually she automatically will win your lane because she has the highest range. But since the unfortunate early events there for CLG, it's not the case.
It's really a flop, too. You don't play AD carry in mid that often. You don't have bushes to hide in. It's the shortest lane. It's more difficult to position. And we see that with sustain, that is 110% in your favor now.
I like the adaptation here from Curse, too. They're just sort of playing with the punches, rolling with it here. Sending their AD and support to go match it. I mean, Dignitas were really the only ones before this in the LCS for North America to send their AD and support middle, and they were really fond of that. But now we've got 2 teams with it.
Everybody's kind of trying to pull it out, you know, like we see TSM kind of alter and modify strats. CLG pulling out that mid strat as well. 1-0 now. We did see, as we said, Nijaki pick up that first blood as they were going very strong in mid. St. Vicious able to have a hand in that as well. And it was because of the pressure from Counterlogic, we said. They felt a little too comfortable. They've ran 2 mid so far. They wanted to push and actually get that roam on. Curse was ready for it. It's almost like they did homework on games they hadn't seen yet. But that's just Curse, right? They warded a lot more than the previous level 1. So if this was a few weeks ago and they did get beaten super weak, that probably would have been a really effective strat by Counterlogic.
Yeah, and you can see how much it hurts CLG. Shen is already a much slower jungler than Jarvan, and Hotshot is behind almost by double here with Saint because they were able to fend off that early invade, and there's nothing Shen can do to catch up and surpass Jarvan now. It'll have to be Saint making a mistake right now. It's in Saint's, the ball is in Saint's court right now. It's really his jungle to lose, and I don't think he's going to let go of it.
They may not. We do have a few more left on the clock. We're going to take a quick commercial break and be back with this match in just a few minutes, guys. Stick with Curse versus Counterlogic, coming right back. Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back into the game. It just restarted off the pause. Let's get you into the action here. 6 minutes, 20 seconds into this one, and it looks like these guys still just kind of battling it out with what we were talking about. The swap in mid has been brought back. We'll see if these guys can keep up the pressure.
Yeah, it looks like Link's taking a lot of damage here on the top.
Going back, Link back and forth. Damage trades are definitely going to be in Voyboy's favor, and when you play against that Elise, you see the change in the build. You don't build health, that Q is going to hurt a lot more, so you're going to see what he can build. Probably get a Haunting Guise, which is going to help do a little bit more damage, but you'll see him just trying to build that the tank against that Voyboy damage.
Okay, so we'll see if CLG can take advantage of this Jackie no flash situation in the bottom, because that is a very long lane, and Jackie's not used to playing in one of the side lanes here. So they can actually sneak Hotshot in there and see if they can pull something off.
Now, Kobe, as a jungler previously, what's it like ganking a 2v2 mid lane?
A 2v2 mid lane is actually pretty hard since it is the shortest lane, and they have a lot of defense here. There's so many summoners that they can use defensively. You have to be careful about dying yourself. That's one of the most dangerous situations to go in. As a jungler, you're usually coming in a little bit weaker in these early stages of the game, having not too much health. You can see both of them just Madreds and 1 Ruby Crystal there for Saint. So if they do gank that, they definitely have to worry about getting killed themselves.
All right, well, both junglers are respectively mirroring each other in those camps right now. It looks like they're going to head towards the top lane for this double gank that we may have coming in. St. Vicious already into that lane. Looks like we're going to actually have a back from Link, so he's only calling for lane support.
And Hotshot here at level 5, going to be taking over his position. This might be taking over Link's grave here, because Saint wants to come in here and do a dive. He's level 6 already. You can see how much of an edge he had in that jungle. Just getting the early edge over Shen, there's almost no way for him to come back.
And Voyboy is actually caught up to Big Fat LP, who was in the bottom lane. You can just see them trying to pressure. Voyboy gets out of almost turret range before throwing on the first. Will the flag toss be in range? They are doing this with enough minions, but the equalizer comes down. There's a teleport for the bottom lane. They're forced to go into this. They keep St. Vicious there, but Voyboy still able to come up with a kill. How are they doing this right now? Nijaki comes in as well on his teleport. St. Vicious still alive, and they're focusing down Jackie. They want that money from the kill. They get it as well. The double kill for Big Fat, and he comes up big in this first game with CLG.
Oh, GG's red pot paying off right there. They both teleported in from the bottom lane, but GG had so much more power in that fight. He was just throwing his weight around, and you can see right there, they were able to grab another kill.
Great job, and like I said, it was just going to be a double gank on the top. Link was able to come back fast enough to help a little bit there, but the game is now even. 2-2 in kills, only 800 in gold here, just about 10 minutes in. Really been no pressure on these turrets. As I say that, Double Lift finds Cop alone in mid and takes the chance to hit that a few times.
Yeah, and if the mid turret for either of these teams went down, that would be devastating. That's a huge amount of map control. And you can see GG actually getting fed double buffs right now. So with that red pot ticking and double buffs, it's going to be so hard for Jackie to lane. He's going to have to just try and CS under his turret here. And if he gets caught out, oh my god.
Oh,
Jackie,
the burst
I
of
feel bad.
damage. The Q hits along with a body slam. He's going to get that red proc slow on. The prison's already been used. And it looks like, there we go. He gets some more damage in. Will he be able to help? He doesn't even need it. A level 8 Gragas completely wiping out Jackie at 6.
GG Mon making a good case for himself here. Why did you ever bench me, guys?
He's doing a great job right now. He's actually a few minions away from 9, still bringing himself to the highest in the game right now. Big Fat LP doing big things for CLG.
He's got that early magic penetration too. He's going to do a lot more damage. Nobody on Curse right now has any magic resistance, so that's going to be very, very helpful.
Let's see what they all choose to go back and buy. We did get the Haunting guys to come out on Big Fat. Link actually looking to make the Haunting guys as well. The jungler's kind of evening out on those ruby crystals, but St. Vicious is going to grab that cooldown advantage from his on the Kindle gem. So
GG being a little cheeky right there, taking a tower shot for some extra harass on his old buddy Saint. I mean, he's doing great right now, but they are still behind. Hotshot going for a gank onto Voyboy, doesn't even want to try and get in there.
Just relieving some pressure for him. Link is actually down in this. Voyboy is taking the pressure to him. 76 to 59 in this early part. Link is going to have some of those assists for himself, and we see the movement here coming from the top lane.
Yeah, they are all heading towards that middle.
That
GG's going to stay down there bottom, but Hotshot is also 6, so he can go wherever he wants now. The threat of that Stand United is going to be... Oh, Cop's going to get caught behind.
Oh my gosh, all the way from top lane, Link just coming in so aggressive. We saw Crumbs almost doing things like this before as well. These guys are absolutely crazy, pulling out all the stops in these dives this week.
They did leave Voyboy up top to free farm, though, so that top turret is also going to take a lot of damage in response.
Looks like he's actually not trying to get too much damage on the turrets. He knows he can hold this out. He likes how much he's winning the lane. They really... Oh my gosh, Equalizer going down on Cop in middle. They missed the net and the Peacemaker. Can they get back into this fight? No. St. Vicious is able to thwart, taking a little bit.
Equalizer is down, and Cop did not burn any summoners. There was no panic from him right there. Just calmly walked out of it.
So Link now returning to top lane, using that scrap shield to roam around. Like you said, they want to make this team mobile, mostly Big Fat on that role as well, and we've seen him doing just that. He takes teleport to get that mobile going. In mid here, we have 3. Kobe, they're pushing.
The dive from Voyboy, though, he does get the kill.
Ooh.
Easy with that repel. Like I said, so good at defending against tower dives. Also really good at tower diving himself, because you can get that aggro of the tower back onto a minion. It will fully reset, and he can continue farming all by himself.
What are you going to do? You're going to pressure the guy who's played it the least. Yeah, Link is adaptable, but when you're playing against one of the best top laners, North America, if not all around, you need to be on the top of your game, or he's going to take advantage of every minute mistake.
And he did just waste his ultimate in middle, shooting on Cop, like we said, where Cop just walked out of it. So there was no ultimate that Voyboy had to be afraid of either.
Voyboy playing very smart in this top lane. Now 100 CS, a 40 CS lead over Link on that Rumble in top lane. He is still piecing together the Haunting guys. It's already been finished, along with more mana and health potions. So you can just see where the factor of advantage is going in the top lane. Still 3-3 though. Looks very close for both teams. The turrets still stand. Nobody's really grabbing that map positioning, but it's a very low turret standing in mid on Curse's side. And like you said, Kobe,
Saint gets behind GG right here, but GG's got that body slam. He can just pull right back out.
St. Vicious now moving into the bottom lane. Like you said, could be going for Big Fat. Chooses not to.
Showing some nice presence there. Just trying to defend with Jackie, because Jackie's definitely on his back foot right now. GG's making his... Oh, Cop's going to shove the middle lane as well. They're really fighting over these middle turrets.
We got to be careful. He has no mana. Nobody's going to be there to protect it. Saint's doing Wraith, so he may head there just after, but it's not going to be able to stop a few double lift shots to take down that turret.
And it's really interesting, actually. I was talking to Jap before he left about how the turret aggro works nowadays, because there have been so many 2- and 3-man dives.
Right.
A lot of people don't know that the turrets, you know, they scale up every 7 shots. It's going to do increasing damage, but the first 3 stacks are on the turret, so it doesn't matter which champion the turret is shooting for the first 3. It can shoot 2 different champions on the opposing team, and it's still going to increase damage. It's the last 3 that will actually reset if they are able to change that turret aggro. And then, of course, if you ever get the turret aggro onto a minion, it will fully reset all the way down to 0.
And we kind of saw him trying to play that in the last Link gank in the top lane. Voyboy walked just outside that turret range to take 1 shot, and the shot started going on Saint as he threw out the Q, and they kind of went back and forth. They're really just figuring out the mechanics of being able to tower dive, because it's kind of important. You do it quite a bit in Pro League.
Yes, and it looks like Boy here going to keep on shoving, and Link might be in some danger too. We still have the Stain United though. That's still in Hotshot's pocket. Yeah. He hasn't had to blow that yet. He's level 8 now. Definitely ready with some map control, but
wow, looks like Big Fat doing the same thing, at least in CS. Nijaki getting hurt from the 2v1 lane and then put to the bottom lane, but a double buff. Big Fat took huge advantage. His CS looks like that Void versus Link in the top lane. So those are going to kind of factor out. Gragas can be just as strong as an Elise coming in and wreaking havoc in the lane as well. So those two are going to be a big factor for Curse and CLG respectively in the late game. We took a look at the AD carries now. We've got the BF sword and the pickaxes coming out. A little bit more damage for Caitlyn here, but MF able to sustain since she's going to be coming up with Sona. They'll be able to just keep that lane pushing as much as they did in the beginning.
And the thing for CLG is all of their money is really concentrated on GG. He's got massive farm. He has all 3 of the kills. So they are waiting on him to really complete his next big item to make that move. His needlessly large rod is great.
Ooh. Oh, so much damage. Oh, they get the flash taunt on. There's a crescendo of Hotshot under, but it's actually going to hit double lift. They choose to take the turret. It's going to be the safest. Hotshot throwing on feint. He will be able to get out. Bursting a few there. Looks like we could have the teleport coming in after. Actually, Stand United down to the bottom lane to save Big Fat from Ignite.
Wow, so many big cooldowns being used there.
Just the attack.
But nobody went down for either team, so really well played. They do get that middle turret down, so that's going to be a really big win for CLG. And you can see Void up here. It looks like he wants Link again. He
is just going aggressive. Volatile spiders when he's outside of range. So much harass. And like we've seen the turret now, it had about 10% health 2 minutes ago. He is not taking this turret down. That's all minion damage. He knows he's winning this lane, and he wants it over and over. Finally gets it the last hit, takes it down the rappel in. Will he have the cocoon in time? Throws down the equalizer. He may get the kill before he goes down like last time, and he does.
Oh, boy. Just wanted blood. He got it. He finally takes the turret.
They're like, push.
Yeah, they definitely want to retaliate from that because they see the rest of Curse had recalled, so they're all in the base, and they have no map presence.
And this is things that they can do. Big Fat can leave that bottom lane being a good 40, 50 CS right now up. They're going to take this turret. They're going to try to negate that global gold that just came in. It looks like they may get close even gold between both teams here. 17 minutes as we see CLG pounding on that top turret. It will be the 3rd of the game. Both teams have one right now. That middle turret for Curse is down, but it hasn't been pressured by Counterlogic Gaming. And as the top turret gets taken, Curse answers back with a dragon.
Okay, so Caitlyn just finished her Infinity Edge, whereas Kapan MF is still with just a Bloodthirster. So that's actually a pretty big damage increase here for CLG, and they're looking a lot stronger than they were in the last play.
As soon as Caitlyn can get that attack speed, it is super going to ramp her up. This is that, the time in the game where you see that kind of a U power curve for most of the AD carries. They get that Infinity Edge, which boosts the damage, but they're still attacking at that speed. So once she gets that, she will be that Nunu-esque combination that you see all by herself. So Double Lift looking to get that attack speed as soon as possible here. You can see them now going to the one of the only free lanes to go back and farm here, and then look to even take down the turret if they can get the damage down. Elements joining, Nijaki the bottom lane. Everybody's just kind of swapping around right now, Kobe.
They want to switch Jackie out of that lane. It's way too dangerous for him. He is really the most squishy on that Curse team right now. He's gone with the mana scaling build, so he has no defensive. Ryze is sort of notorious for being that super defensive mage when he builds his Banshees and his Frozen Heart, but before he completes those, he's just pure squishy right now.
Shot coming around from the side. The equalizer goes down. Cobb getting quite hurt. I don't think he's going to get out of this one. They used quite a bit before finding the kill. 5-4 now. The CLG looks to try to just take down this turret after the kill.
Dagger to the face there from Hotshot. That's a heartbreaker. It looks like Link's actually going to recall. He wants to get that top lane shoved back before it gets too close to his turret, and they are easily able to take this one. So another big win here for CLG. They pull it back to even.
Yep, and that was great, Kobe. You just called it. You're like, they're going to take Ryze out because he's squishy. But whoops, so is that math. They put her down there. Cobb goes down. So good call. They will not make the mistake twice. Nijaki and Void in mid getting the push on as well as Big Fat just looking for the last hits. Go around, still looking at some items. We'll go to the top lane. Actually, Cage is lucky coming out for Rumble as well. So we'll see that with the Negatron Cloak as he's piecing his items together. Elise actually able to build the health, so she does. Void looks to start getting tanky in this one.
Yeah, and I also really like Cop's build here. A lot of MFs were going with the armor penetration build with her to make her ultimate.
The early brute.
Yeah, but he's gone with the Bloodthirster because her ultimate scales really well with AD, and there's no other champions on Curse right now that would take a huge amount of advantage from that, just St. Vicious. So since they've run that double AP with Jackie and Voyboy both AP damage, just going with that straight attack damage for himself is a better choice.
Kind of both rolling that double AP. St. Vicious realizes it builds that Aegis right after that Kindle Gem, so they're looking to negate that damage Big Fat's going to be putting out, as well as Link. If they can still get damage, you know, I kind of always remember you saying, like, whatever happens to Rumble, you still have his ultimate. Ultimate.
And both of these APs that CLG chose have really, really strong zoning ultimates. Gragas with that knockback, and then Link can cover a huge amount of ground, and they've both gone with the flat penetration build. So it's a good job by Saint to rush that Aegis of the Legion.
So it looks like everybody kind of gathering in mid. The bottom lane still pushing. His hot shot is on the wing there to bolster their numbers in the bottom lane. Looks like to get a little damage on the turret. They're not really going to start a fight. You see Big Fat coming down. It looks like they may try to go again for the around the turret gank. A very, very scared Curse and Elements are playing way off the turret.
Jackie does have his teleport up, but it looks like he's going to walk over here too. He doesn't want to burn that, and they aren't going to have him be split pushing for this.
So they have some good wards. They know the power in numbers is going to the bottom, so they're not afraid to engage it. That was a really good damage on Volatile Spider to double lift. He takes another one of those, and he's completely out of this fight. 21 minutes in, we see posturing from both teams finally down near the bottom half of the map. Dragon could be coming up quite soon here. We'll have to see.
Yeah, good job by CLG backing off right there. They know that they don't want to be hard engaged on. There's so much CC here for Curse. You see Voyboy out in the front lines. He just wants to land a cocoon on anyone. If they can snag one person, then a Jarvan ultimate followed up by a crescendo from Elements and a bullet time from Cop could devastate the entire team there. A great AoE combo.
We actually see the Scepter being picked up in mid-buy of the Phantom Dancer for Caitlyn coming out. So he wants to be able to keep himself. Double Lift saw the damage he took from Volatile Spider right there, and it did knock him out of the fight. So he says, if I was able to hit a camp, I'd be coming back into this one and back in that fight with my team. So he picks that up right now. 21 minutes into the game, he's looking for that lifesteal, and they're going to continue to push on towards this mid lane, getting some wards from Afromu down by that dragon area as they try to increase their vision, and it kind of looks like they're all duplicated the wards. Right now, most of the Curse is on defensive warding. Yeah,
you can tell all the vision here in the side of Curse on their jungle, so they definitely are on the back foot. And I really like that combo of the MF and Sona. Their two ultimates kind of reminds me of like an old Western movie where they shoot at your feet and tell you, dance, son. But MF, she just shoots you over and over in the face until you die.
They're like, wait, you did it backwards.
Yeah, you're dancing now and you're dead.
30,000 gold marker for both teams at 3-1 in turrets, 5-4 as the Dragons traded once for Curse for a turret. See if they can keep the pressure on. They are keeping the little advantages there to keep that gold even on both sides. Let's see where the gold stands for these players. We're looking at 7,800 for Double Lift right now, and he's going to have the most gold in the game. Right behind him is actually Big Fat. So these guys really holding the bank.
Yeah, and GG has a death cap, whereas Big Fat went with the Rod of Ages, so he's still really weak right now. That Rod has to stack up. It takes time for Jackie to become as big of a factor as GG is right now. He went front end there with the death cap. He's going to have very explosive casks.
See them moving down towards the Dragon. Looks like they are going to be able to pick this one up for themselves. See Hotshot in the top lane with Ready with the Stand United. The team starts to come in. Big Fat's going to keep himself on the outside. And it looks like St. Vicious finds a double harpoon slow, and they back off of this. Kobe, they're just going to posture this one out. Where's the engagement come from here optimally from both teams?
CLG definitely want to wait for a really nice ultimate from GG. That is their main CC. And then once they get the team split up with that, Link can lay down his ultimate and keep the rest of them zoned out. So it's really going to be on GG and Link right here. Hotshot just has to do his job of taunting anyone who gets close so they can land that kill.
They've made a hard contest even harder. The Oracle's on Elements, not early, but quite aggressive for just a Dragon here. They feel like they've got what it takes. Hotshot being forced out of this one. He will not have the taunt back as he uses even more energy, and it looks like he's just going to have to walk out of this one, and that won't be a problem.
Yeah, I was a little worried for him too right there, but he's a ninja.
He's like, oh, wait, I'll just walk away.
Yeah. Don't need to taunt. There's a little starved of energy, but that's okay. So a free Dragon right there for Curse. And a good job by them really bullying out CLG, who were the first to group up around that dragon. And then really the threat of that so much AoE potential from Curse just scared them out of the way. Like, they have to be confident in that GG ultimate.
It looks, with the Oracle's buy right now for a dragon, it's kind of like I've had it situation. We're on our side of the map. It looks like we are going to get this gank towards the bottom lane. Well, look at double lift though. He gets out, but it's going to be Big Fat walking right into it. He's going to try to go through instead of around, and that may not work for him too well.
No, that's not going to work. A nice ultimate. Everyone out of his cataclysm there, but they're just going to converge right back on that, and they do take down the Gigimon.
Oh, man. So there goes the gold spree. Somebody's going to get it. Very nicely picked up there. And like I said, Curse just trying to press the advantages here. Nijaki going to come up and cover mid. They have lost their outer ring of turrets, but it seems like they're starting to bring it back in their favor.
Yeah, like I said, with Curse having the upper hand in the team fights, I like that they're playing this slow anyway because they're waiting for Jackie to ramp up. I said he got both of those scaling mana items, and he's only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. He's now got a Negatron cloak, so he's not quite so squishy as he was before. If he's able to finish that as well as a Frozen Heart, then it's going to be extremely scary for CLG, and they really have to engage something pretty soon here, make use of Hotshot's ultimate as well as GG.
See where the push is going. Double lift backing there on the mini-map in the bottom lane as they put pressure on Hotshot in mid. So double lift won't be able to help there. We do see Big Fat coming in. They don't have a lot of numbers to stop this push right now. The wave clear, however, for Big Fat could be enough to stop them, but it does not look like it just yet. They're going to get some good damage here. They may not get it fully through this wave. They may get it on the next one. No, they are actually just going to keep pressuring it. They don't care about the damage coming in. The flag toss misses. And it looks like he's just doing that for the turrets. He keeps them inside that turret. They could knock it out. A good bit of damage there, but he angled it too much there. Coming in, Link trying to go again. His ult's already down. They missed one, but they still want to engage. Going in, Saint is going to be able to pop up too. Afro move forced out of this fight as well, and Curse says, yeah, you used Equalizer. We will go right back into this.
Oh, Link built so damage heavy that it was interesting to see him on the front lines, I'll say. Interesting. And Saint just turns around. Oh, okay, we're running, but I'll turn around, dunk you from behind. A little reverse dunk right there. And Curse are happy to take this one all the way to the inhibitor turret.
Yeah, we mentioned it that you play against an Elise, you don't want to build too much health. But there's got to be a little bit in there.
Yeah, especially on Rumble, who's a melee champion. If you're going to be flashing into the front lines right there, it's very dangerous. I like the 360 dunk, though. That was a nice little move.
That was pretty sweet. It's just like NBA Jam. It's got to be the shoes. 40,000 gold, actually 41,000 gold as it just ticks up to 35,000. The first gold lead, really, of the game to go in someone's favor. It's going to be 6K for Curse. 5-3 in turrets, and like I said, they were doing what they needed to. Even though they lost 3 turrets and it looked like they were just being crushed behind, they had all the defensive wards. That's 100% flipped. Look how many wards are on the other side. They're knocking down turrets. They just took down an inhibitor. It
seems like Curse always is so calm when they're playing well like this. It's funny because if you actually look at them in the booths, there's Top over there with like 4 Red Bulls, always shaking and getting hype. But they just play so calmly, and they just wait for CLG to make mistakes like that and then capitalize on them. Immediately, that inhibitor came so easily, and that was just off of a poor engage there, trying to chase them down.
And they even are putting wards in the base as well. Wards through Baron down the right side and into that inhibitor, so they can pretty much see everything from start to finish. They're posturing up towards Baron. Really wouldn't want to be a Baron time. This is the scary thing we talk about. When you're up, you don't need to do it. Pressure your advantages, and they're going to continuously do that. They just get the ward and vision they need, Kobe, and it looks like they're going to try to take down another turret.
Curse are so happy right now. They have the amazing item combos. Saint Vicious with the dual auras for team fighting. He's got that bulwark as well as the locket, and then Voyboy with his combo, the Rylai's Crystal Scepter as well. Oh my goodness, he has so much percentage damage. She's great at poking down the entire team at once.
Leandri's coming out from Voyboy. Percentage damage there. He was talking about their items. They are really, really good right now. You can see that Rumble, Link still, how much money do you have, Link? You have 1,000 gold. We'll have to see if he puts that into some defensive stuff. Maybe he could go for that Abyssal Scepter, which wouldn't really help him stay alive in the fights because his HP is getting dropped, but may help the rest of the team get through the fights with the damage that they have AP style. 8-6 here, almost 30 minutes into the game. Nijaki doing what he can to split push. This definitely means that they have that advantage when you have to spread your team thin, and CLG doesn't even feel comfortable doing that. They are going to say, let's have Big Fat back.
Yeah, I mean, Curse they rushed that bulwark, and that was something you usually do against a double AP comp. Curse are also a double AP comp, and there's not even an Aegis of the Legion here over on Hotshot for Team CLG.
Still on this turret. They want it. They're just they're like, yeah, we don't have a minion wave for like the next 10 seconds, but we are going to wait. We saw Complexity kind of doing this. They don't have the Cho'Gath that's huge, but we are going to have to see what they produce throughout this fight. Here we see St. Vicious getting chunked up there, kind of getting caught out by a trap, but it's not like they're going to get any turret damage on it.
Hotshot's working on the Aegis of the Legion. It's just kind of late here. He went with that. Yeah, that was a little unfortunate. But it looks like they're just going to stick around this tower, keep up that pressure, and they do have plenty of presence. Curse are happy to take any fight they can get right now.
And the thing I love about Elements, I was going to say, the thing I love about him is he's a good baiter, and he just takes a ton of damage there. St. Vicious puts himself in the front. A great Cataclysm on the two members of the team. Aframu is stuck in there, and he could be the first to go down. One more shot. He is taken out. That flag went right through his hat.
Oh my goodness. I forget who it was. Someone talking about lawn darts falling from the top of the sky whenever they see a Jarvan kill with the flag. And that really is so painful, right through the top of his head. Elements, he did a great job baiting there. Yeah. He did whiff that ultimate.
Looks like they're going to try to get good damage on here. Like I say, yeah, Elements, playing Taric, playing Sona, he likes to get himself caught out, but he flops it. He's like, you got me. Just kidding. And then the team gets the fight completely in their favor. He did find himself going down there, unfortunately, that time, but he is great at instigating those fights.
We have dual death cap here now. Link is not going to back out. He's not going to change his mind, start building tanky. He's going full offensive. They want to get a nice team kill here. CLG going to go with that dual death cap combo, try and just explode someone from Curse.
They're going for another Abyssal Scepter as well on Voyboy. He just bought that Negatron and the Blasting Wand. One is finished onto Ryze. We see the boots coming out as well. Ryze picking up the Distortion ones as well. Picking up for, wow, I couldn't even think about it. Flash and Teleport, thank you. Brain for coming around there. And we have a 32-minute game coming out. Longest one so far, CLG versus Curse. As we come into this matchup, MLG Winter Championship here at the LCS at MLG. Tons of people in the crowd, everybody loving the matches. We just watched Complexity take down Dignitas, which I may need to watch again to see if it really happened. But here we have Curse versus Counterlogic Gaming. It's quite far into the game, Kobe. Our core items are getting to that robust amount. There's more than one in the inventories. The 5v5 fights are about to happen, and Curse is just on the ball right now.
So Curse just grabbed a free dragon, but the inhibitor respawn, they're happy to go take a free fight at the inhibitor. They're not going to take any damage around it, and if CLG decide to engage around that, that's perfect for Curse, because they don't have to tank Baron, they don't have to play around a turret. And this is playing right into their hands. Hotshot's going to keep split pushing, though, so it looks like CLG are going to have to give up this inhibitor or hard engage.
This looks like they're going to give it up. Hotshot is trying to push those lanes out, which works, because usually after you see that, Curse goes to the top lane, takes down that inhibitor, take to the bottom. But now they're thwarted off because Hotshot was thinking beforehand. He says, we need to push these because that mid push, when they take the inhibitor, is going to suck a lot.
It's going to suck a lot. So now we get to the point where Curse are happy to bait around Baron. They have an Oracle. Yep. They can start it up really quickly because Elise's percentage damage, as well as Jarvan gets some percentage damage every time a few seconds with his passive.
So here we go as they move in. Aframu wants to put that ward over. Vicious is going to actually use the flag toss to stay in. They're able to grab it with the smite out. And here comes the push. Yeah, he did.
Saint?
He did. Saint did it.
Saint smoked the Baron. Very dangerous, too, because Gragas is a good champion.
We saw Skara steal it with a barrel before.
Yeah.
So here we go. Curse now on the offensive. That 4-minute Baron going to be ticking through. And that, as we said before, Kobe, is the 4-minute pause button for CLG.
It looks like Curse are going to put it into overdrive here, try and take down this top turret. They send Jackie back to deal with Hotshot because his teleport is almost up, and he's had plenty of time. His rod is fully charged up, so he's very powerful right now. He can take Hotshot.
That turret did go down in the bottom lane. Looks like he could try to get in the bush. He does thwart Hotshot from backing. But that Stand United is up, folks. They stop from one thing, it's not going to be stopped from the other. The ultimate completely whiffing there for Big Fat. Doesn't really get too much out of it. I think he got some damage on Cop. But with seeing that, they're going to get the teleport to the flag in. Here comes Jackie. They're on the next inhibitor, Kobe, and they look to make a strong push here. Will they go in? Link trying to throw out the harpoons. They knock it. Hotshot taking the prison down, and there's the damage. You can see double lift going in, seeing the prison go down. There's the MF ulti, and they're going to engage. Big Fat taking a good amount of damage. He finally goes down. The last Q for Machine Gun Rise at this point. Nijaki putting out the damage. The turrets are going to go down. The Nexus to follow, and Curse is going to be taking down Counter Logic Gaming. They are now 2-1 against each other overall in the LCS.
Yeah, congrats to Curse right there. I mean, Hotshot at the very end, he just wanted to make something happen because they knew they couldn't let another inhibitor fall for free. So he stand united on top of double lift. They didn't actually get to use the shield, and then he tried to engage, but nobody was really ready.
Yeah.
So it kind of flopped out, and they just lost out the end of the game there.
An unfortunate, just Big Fat LP barrel. They kind of would have got only Saint there, and I don't think they would have done a super amount of damage, but it would have displaced the team. It would have done what Counter Logic had been doing and thwarting those pushes like I talked about. Yes, Hotshot pushing the lanes out so the mid wouldn't be such a bad thing when they lost it, but it just was. Curse was on top of their game, and they didn't let CLG stop the pressure.
Then one of the turning points for me was that dragon fight where CLG all grouped up around the dragon, but then Curse just came in and kind of bullied them off it. They death cap on GG at that point. Like, could have been huge. If there was a time to make a play in this game, that would have been it. If they had a nice ultimate from GG, and then Link was also there. He was ready with his Rumble ultimate, but they kind of backed off. They gave up that dragon for free, and Curse just kind of rolled it on from there.
All right, guys. Well, we're going to have an interview with Curse. When we come back, don't go anywhere. Take a quick commercial break.